Hello everyone, welcome back to the episode 2 of Databricks Unity Catalog Masterclass. Now, in today's class, we are going to create a new catalog. We are going to create a tables and we are going to see where the data gets stored. So for this masterclass, I have already created one resource group, one storage account, and a Databricks workspace. So in the previous episode, we have created a Databricks workspace where I already explained that when we configure Databricks workspace, a managed resource group is created, which is completely managed by Databricks. So if I go there and if I show you this managed Unity Catalog Masterclass 001, so here you can see a storage account already created, a Unity Catalog access connector is created. Then these are the virtual machines because I have spin up one compute for this episode. All right, now let's just go back to our resource group. And this is the storage account that we have created. In the previous video, I have shown you that how Databricks admin account looks like, how we can assign Metastore to our workspaces, and how we can create a catalog. Now, in this video, we will have Metastore without optional location. This Metastore, then we will create our own catalog without specifying custom location. We will use the default location that is already created. And in the previous episode, we have covered what is this default location. Default location is the location of the storage account created in Databricks managed resource group that I shown you, right? This is the managed resource group, and this is the storage account. All right. And then we will create one table and observe that the data will be stored in the default location. All right, so this is the exercise that we are going to do. First of all, let's just launch our Databricks workspace. So this is our Databricks workspace, and I've already created one compute for the exercise that we are going to perform, that is using Masterclass compute. I have selected for the minimum configuration, which uses 0.75 dBu per hour. But anyway, we will get 14-day free trial of the premium version, so you can utilize that as well. All right, let's just go to the account admin as well. So in the account admin, if we go to the catalog, this is the meta store for the East US region. And if you see the workspace, so it is already attached to this workspace. See, Metastore as your East US. And from the workspace itself, you go to the catalog and you can see that we have this Metastore as your East US created for us. Now, this catalog, the same name as our workspace, is created, and we are going to create one more catalog. So for that, click on this plus button, create a catalog, name this as exercise UC. We will select a type as a standard, and for the storage location, we will choose this WS Unity Catalog Masterclass. So this is the DB storage. This is the default location that we are going to select, and we are going to create this new catalog. That's it. You can also create a catalog via command as well. That can also be done. So here you can see we have our catalog ready, exercise UC demo. Now let's just quickly go to the workspace and quickly create one notebook. Let's name it as exercise. All right. Now, if I show you the current catalog, so it is WS Unity Catalog Masterclass 001, but we need to work with our new catalog that we have, this one, exercise UC demo. What we can do is, can just simply exercise UC demo. And if we select current catalog now, So you can see we have this exercise UC demo created. Now, first of all, we will create one schema and we will name it as bronze. All right, so we have our schema created. Now, if I show you exercise UC demo, so here you can see we have this bronze schema created having no data. Now, let's create a table inside this bronze schema. Let's create a table called bronze.customer. We will have two field only, customer ID, which is for INT data type, and customer name or the string data type. All right, so we have this. Let's create this table. All right, so this table is created and let's insert some record into this table. All right, let's select. We have this three records available in our customer table, and these are present in our catalog exercise UC demo bronze one customer. And if you should see the sample data, select our own compute. You can see the sample data here as well. And in the overview part, you can see the type of this table is managed. We are going to discuss about the table, the managed table and external table in our next episode. So now we have created a new catalog, we have created one schema, and we have created one managed table inside our new catalog. All right, now if I show you the location of this catalog, so this is db storage code.windows.net unit storage. So this is the default location, right? This is the default location. Now let's just go to this managed resource group. This is the storage account. And if you go to the containers, and if you see the path containers underscore unity, the container name is Unity Catalog Storage. Container name is Unity Catalog Storage. If you go there, you don't have the permission to see because this is completely managed by Databricks. All right. So this is what I want to show you, that if you don't provide the optional location here at the meta store for storing managed tables data across all catalog in the meta store, it will go to that default location. And in the previous video, I already shown you that if you are trying to create a catalog without specifying any external location, it will throw an error. Let me show that again. So let's create one catalog and try to create it without specifying any external location. So it is going to throw an error. It will say that you can use the UI to create a new catalog using default storage, and the default storage is that one only, that managed resource group. This managed resource group. This is the default location. This is the default storage account, and this is the default location it is pointing to. All right. So that's the first part that we have covered. Now in the second part, what we are going to do is we are going to create. So we have this storage account creator, right? DLS Unity Catalog Learning. Inside this, let's create one container. We are going to specify this optional path at the meta store level so that all our metadata get stored in this particular storage account. All right. So we have one container inside this DLS Unity Catalog Learning available. Now, can you directly just set up ATLS Gen2 path here and will that work? So the answer is no. Let me show you. If you set the ATLS Gen2 path, Unity metadata at a rate .dfs.co.windows.net slash. And if you are trying to update it, it will say parent external location for path does not exist. So we need to create one parent external location to set this optional ADLS Gen2 path. So where we can create that external parent external location path. So just go to the Catalog Explorer. Here you will see we have this option of create an external location. So we will create one external location. We will name as a metadata storage. All right. ADLS Gen2, ABFSS. We can directly copy it from here. We have removed it. ABFSS Unity metadata at the rate table.net. That's it. Now here comes the main part, the storage credential. What is this storage credentials? And this is the required field. If you don't provide this storage credentials, you are not able to create an external location. So this storage location, what is this? Sorry, not a storage location, storage credentials. Yes. So what is this storage credential? So what is this storage credential? This is the authentication object that lets UC to connect to cloud storage like ADLS S3 securely. This is the definition of a storage credential. But how do we configure it? So for that, we first we need to create Databricks access connector and then assign permission of a storage blob data contributor to this access connector. So this is required for the storage credential and we will use its resource ID here. When we create new storage credentials, so you can see we need to provide access connector ID and user assigned managed identity. This is optional. So here we need to provide the access connector ID. So let's quickly create one Databricks access connector. So how you can do it is simply go here, create, select Databricks access connector. Leverage manage identities in Unity Catalog. Simply just create this. We will name it Unity Meta Store Access Connector. And we will leave everything as it is. Next. All right, so we have this access connector. Let's go to its resource. Unity Meta Store Access Connector. Now coming to the access connector ID, we can get this resource ID and we can provide it here. But let's say if we select this, if we just go here, and if you try to create it, it will throw an error. See, missing permission. A storage credential does not grant permission to perform all necessary operation. Read, list, write. So what we need to do is let's just go back. So this is our access connector. Let's just go to our storage account, access control IAM, add, and simply just select a storage blob data contributor. Next, this will go into the managed identity. And we have access connector for Databricks and Unity Meta Store access connector. This is our access connector that we have created. And this is the access connector created in the Databricks managed resource group. But we are going to use our own access connector. Select it. Next. Completion, we will leave it as is, review plus assign. That's it. So we have assigned our access connector a storage blob data contributor role. Now will that work? So now let's try it again. Create an access connector ID, create new storage credentials, and for this access connector ID, we'll just select this, copy this. Now see, this two options, file event resource provision and file event resource tear down. These two options are failure. Earlier, we don't need, there is no check for this two, file events resource provision and files event resource tear down. In the recent versions, we got this two checks, and to make it pass, we just need to assign one more permission to our Databricks access connector. So that is Azure event grid dot event subscription contributor that we need to provide. So just go to the storage account, access control IAM, and assign one more permission to this access connector. Let me quickly show you that. This event grid, event subscription contributor. So this also we need to assign manage identity, select members, access connector for Azure Databricks. This is ours. Select next, review plus assign. All right, let's just go here. Just wait for a few seconds and try to recreate it again. We need to wait for a few seconds, and then we will check. But also make sure that for creating a new external location, if you are admin, then not a problem. But if some users try to create an external location, then we need to provide the permission. See, this is the meta store, and we need to provide the permissions. At what permission we need to provide? So workspace admin already have this create catalog external location provider. Now let's suppose I am a user, not an admin. So I need this permission to create the external location service credentials. So if a user don't have this permission, so he or she is not able to create this particular external location or service credential. That is also one thing that you need to keep in mind. All right. Let's just go to the catalog now. And also one more thing that we need to do, we have assigned this event permission, right? But what we need to do is we just need to go to our subscription, resource providers, and we need to register for event grid and this event hub as well. The registration is required for this event grid, event hub. Otherwise, it will not work. So keep that in mind. All right. So we have this Unity Meta Store location created. So those two checks that are failing, that was not there earlier, but it was added to improve the ingestion. So if I show you the permission that I have assigned to the access connector, so you can see that a storage blob data contributor is required, a storage queue data contributor, a storage account contributor, and this event grid event subscription contributor. By assigning all the four permission to the access connector, we have all the checks pass, but those two checks are not necessary. Those two checks are to improve the ingestion process. So you can also do force creator as well, but it's better to pass all the checks. Now, if you test the connection, so you can see hierarchical namespace, file events, read, list, write, all associated storage credential grant permission to perform. All the permissions are confirmed. All right. So we have this Unity Meta store created, browse, and this is our location, right? TLS Unity Catalog. Now, quickly go to this Meta store, Azure STUS, set the path, this one, and update. See, now no problem with the parent external location is not there. So we have set this optional ADLS Gen2 path. Now all the metadata is collected at this particular location, right? Just go to the workspace, users. Let's create another notebook. I just simply use this notebook only. All right, now what we can do first, we can create a new catalog instead. We will use new catalog and we'll name it as new catalog only, type a standard, and in the external location, we will choose our Unity Meta Store location. This one, create. Unity metadata at the rate dls.dfs overlaps with managed storage within create. Okay, okay. For our second exercise, we don't need to provide any location, right? We just need to see that where the metadata will be collected now, right? Right. Create a catalog, new catalog, and in the storage location, let's not select anything and let's just create. So see, when we set the optional path, we don't need to attach any location here, right? So what I'm trying to say is, what I am trying to say is, when we provide the optional path at Metastore for Metastore location, we don't need to specify the path when creating catalog. That is, it is not compulsory, right? as you can see, our catalog is created successfully. And if I show you the view catalog and the permissions, no, not the permission, the details. So here you can see, and our catalog is created just fine, right? And all workspaces have access. You can restrict this catalog to other workspaces as well. If the data is not related to other workspaces or other users, you can restrict from here as well. Now we have our new catalog successfully created. Now simply go to the workspace. All right. This is the new notebook, right? We will use the new notebook. Command A, new catalog. For now, we just need to use catalog, new catalog. That's it. Oh, well, our compute is terminated. Right. So we have our cluster up and running. We will use this new catalog. All right, so we have this new catalog selected, and what we are going to do is we are going to create a schema. Let's say bronze only. Anyway, we need to test the location that where our data gets stored now, right? So in the bronze schema, we will create one table and we will name it as employee, employee ID, INT, employee name, string, and employee salary. That will be integer again. And we will bronze.employee. That's it. All right, so we have our table created, and next we will insert some record in the table. Student dot employee. All right, so we have some data also inserted. Obviously, this is a managed table. I will show you in a while. All right, let's have one select a statement at wall, select a star from dot employee. Option on. All right, so we have the data inserted successfully in this particular table. Now let's just go to the catalog. All right, and this is our new catalog, right? So inside this, we have this bronze schema. In the bronze schema, we have this employee. Now let's just go to this employee table. So obviously it is a managed table. We don't specify any external location to store the files for this table. If you see the sample data as well. So we have this available. Now, if I show you the details, so you can see storage location ABFSS Unity metadata. This is our storage location. This is not the storage location of managed resource group, right? This is our storage location, tfs.co.windows.net. Now, let's just go to our storage location, containers, Unity metadata, and that's it. This is your tables, and this is the data for that particular table inside this Unity metadata 0FFB8EF4. See, 0FFB8EF4. So the thing is, when we configure Databricks workspace, a managed resource group created by created at the time, which is managed by Databricks, and in that managed resource group, we have one storage account and one access connector available. Correct? That's the first point. Now, in account admin portal at Metastore, we have one option to set the external location. which is optional to store the metadata or data related to the tables related to the object source. All right. So if we do not provide that optional location, so we can obviously use the default catalog, which is the same name as workspace. But if we create a new catalog, we need to define the external location. So one external location is already present for us. That is the default location of the storage account created in managed Databricks resource group. Correct? So this is the first part. So when we create a new catalog using this default location, all the metadata and everything will store at that particular default storage location that is managed by Databricks. Right? Now, what we have done, we have created one external location pointing to our own storage location that we have created. We have assigned that path at the metastore level. And when we created the catalog, we simply need to just provide the name, and we don't have to specify any external location. And still we are able to create the catalog. Right? Still we are able to create a catalog, and when we created the table, the data and or objects data or metadata is stored at our own location, not at the location managed by Databricks. So that is the first thing. Now we have also seen one error of overlapping path when we are trying to specify the same external location while creating the catalog level. If you have noticed, let me show this. Let's go here and let's try to create a catalog. Name this as test catalog. And here I want that for this catalog, I want to store the metadata at a particular location. That means I want a different location for this test catalog. But if I try to provide this location, this Unity metastore location, and if I see Unity metadata, this one, and if I try to use this location for the catalog one, it will throw the overlapping error. Overlaps with manage storage within create catalog call. So you can't do like this. So we will see this in the next video, where we will create a new catalog and where we will specify a specific path for a catalog, so that let's say I created one finance catalog and all the finance related metadata or data I want to store at a particular location. So that I need to specify here. But if that particular external location or that new catalog location is overlapping with some other location, then we are not able to create this catalog. So we will see this part in the next video, and we will also cover the external tables as well in the next episode of this Databricks Unity Catalog Masterclass. So I hope you really loved this video, you enjoyed this video, and you understood what is the service credentials, storage credentials, service credentials, how to create an external location. So all that part I have covered here. So this is the storage credentials, where we have this Databricks access connector, and we need to provide that access connector several permissions in order to create this storage credentials. So that's how we are able to create this external location name. And also, if you are not the admin, and if some user want to create the external location or catalog, anything, so you need to provide the permission from here. in order for user to create the catalog or to use some connection or to create external location or to create service credentials or to create storage credentials. So you need to provide all these permissions. And apart from that, I already told you that for access connectors, you need to provide some additional permission in order to create that storage credentials. So storage event create event subscription contributor, the storage account contributor, the storage queue data contributor. So that's it for this video. I hope you really love this video. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends as well. So thank you for watching, and let's meet in the next episode of the Databricks Unity Catalog Masterclass. Thank you for watching.